Well, I think it's working, and it's been a few weeks, so this is all fucked up. It's because I'm out of practice. Uh, so, welcome to the first live chat of 2026. Hopefully, that microphone is working because my other one, the battery was dead. And so, if you can hear me, say something so that I know that you can hear me. Uh, or tell me that you can't hear me and you just see my mouth moving. Uh, Something like that. I'm trying to get my chat box open and drag up to. Yep, 07 January. We want that one. All right. So, Adam Hall, hello. Javier, hello. Tonight's live stream is brought to you by Ammo Supply Warehouse. Right there. They sell all the good bullets and they'll send them to, well, wherever you live. And if you use the coupon code TREMIS10, TREMIS10, you get $10 off any order over $100. Also brought to you by Five Rivers Armament, best gun shop in Southeast PA. And I say that because the owner and his family come train a lot more than any shop owner that I've ever heard of anywhere. So, to me, that makes them fucking tip top my book. And if you buy a Tremis Signature Series rifle from Midwest Industries and you have it shipped over there to Five Rivers, they'll do the transfer for free. Speaking of which, if you buy a Midwest Industries Tremis Signature rifle off of the Midwest Industries site, coupon code TREMIS for 10% off, which is a fair chunk of money. All right, so that gets our sponsorship stuff out of the way. Technically, those sponsors, our agreement was to sponsor through all of 2025, and it's now 2026, so they're just getting bonus time because I really like those guys. And I didn't do any live streams the last 2 weeks because Wednesday night was Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and I figured you all would be busy. So what do we got going on over here? All kinds of stuff because it's been a couple weeks. I have questions and Joe, hello, sir. People sent me some questions, and then there's like current events to talk about. Actually, two of the questions are current events, but then there's another current event that I heard about today, which I think happened maybe today, maybe yesterday. I don't know. That we can also chat about. So I'm looking at what we got going on here. Also, I guess this would be a fine time to make the announcement that tonight's live chat will be the last live chat that is regularly scheduled for Wednesday evenings. Yep, it's been a good run. We're 200 and some episodes in, and they're going to go back to how they were in the beginning. And only when there's interesting shit to have a live stream about will I do a live chat instead of just trying to do it every Wednesday and often not having anything to talk about. So you'll still get them. They just won't be scheduled all the time. Yeah, I'm drinking out of a Lowe's bucket. Colt Manny, hello. Will Crutcher, hello. So with that, what else we got going on? E-forms, how about that? Like, you can go register an SBR or buy a can and shit's quick. My local shop has got some back already. It seemed they've been averaging like a 4-day turnaround. The hardest part is getting them entered into the e-form site. Like day one, it took them like average like 4 hours to submit one form. Stephen, hello, sir. Colt, there is a lot of interesting shit to talk about. So I have a hunch that we'll have plenty of good things to talk about. Like we got good shit tonight too. So yeah, they've got some cans back. The hard part's getting them submitted, but they've got them back in so far about 4 days. Shinde, hello, sir. Someone's at my front door. Will Crutcher is doing got a short barrel shotgun, a Mossberg 535. I don't know which fucking one that is, because I hate it when guns just have model numbers and I get stumped on which one's which is most of them because you can only have so many names. But e-forms, yes. So I saw some people like feigning outrage because the site was going down and they were getting timed out, and so it only takes a little bit of like internet sleuthing to realize that the NFA branch in 2025, which was their largest year ever for processing form everything's, they were getting on average 2,500 submissions per day in their biggest year ever. 2,500 a day. On January 1st, they got 157,000 that were submitted. Now, all the people that like timed out, those didn't count. Just 157,000 got through. That's like a 6,000% increase. So when people are feigning outrage, why weren't they prepared? Fact is, nobody can be prepared for what they do to increase 6,000%. Like it doesn't happen. So the fact that it didn't just go down and stay down for weeks, I thought they were doing fine. Apparently day 2, there was 150,000. So it dropped some. And now it's the guys at my local shop are saying it takes about a half hour to get them to like cycle through and get it in place. So it's submitted, and they're still getting them in like some of them they've gotten like the 3-4 days, which is pretty fucking good. Because I had a can, my Atlas Defense 22 can took 2 years and 10 days to get approved. So when people are like, it took a month, I'm mad. And I was like, God damn, a month sounds awesome. Not saying that the whole thing isn't fucking bullshit. Like the whole process should not exist. But I find it hard to be outraged because it took a couple weeks, or that the website was being overrun. Essentially, gun owners did a denial of service attack on the ATF site by spamming it with requests. So I'm gonna, of all the things I hate about the federal government, I'm letting that one go as a nothing burger. So that was the big current event I found interesting. Javier is going to do some SBRs. Bro, there is no new list that you're on. Like any list that you'd have been on, you're already on. So let's see. What else did anything? Actually, the training schedule. I added a class in May. I think the 9th, I think it's the day before Mother's Day, is the Mainville Sportsman's Firearms Protection Course. It's essentially like a day 0 pistol, shortened a little bit. And I do it for the club at way like a third of the cost that I normally do a day 0 class for. So there is like if you were looking for a day 0, that's the best value in them. I do it as a favor to the club, and the club makes a little bit of money off of it. They also expose some people to the club. Maybe they'd like to join, which would be awesome because the club's pretty cool. They treat me really well, and that's the only new scheduling thing I think that happened. Although the workshops that are starting in July, I have the first couple already plotted out. I just have to put them on the website and whatnot. And I think I have names for them as well. So 1-day workshops, one a month for sure, maybe more. Study groups happening as well. That whole format change is not in place, but the planning is nearly finished. So I would suspect within a week or so, seeing some interweb announcements of what those workshops are going to be. So Javier says a lady protester in Minneapolis tried to run an ICE agent with a car and took room temperature challenge. Yes, I saw the video. So I had a whole set of notes jotted down that to talk about that particular instance. That's the one I mentioned in the beginning, current events that happened today. So she absolutely was doing the most violent thing a human being can do to another human being, and that is drive a car at them. Cars are incredibly more dangerous than firearms or hand grenades. If you just look at the number of people that are killed by cars versus the number of people that are killed by guns, there's like heart disease and then cars. So certainly she was in an act of the most intense form of violence that someone can participate in. And I completely agree with the person with the pistol. I assume that was an ICE agent. I don't know. I won't even call her a protester because I don't know what she was doing there. Because that actually is what made me kind of scratch most of my notes. Was I don't know why she was there. I don't know what she was doing. So before I can comment on, that's what you get or whatever, I don't know. Like, none of that's been released. So if she was there to protest, there's a certain set of opinions I have. If she was there for some other reason, I might have different opinions. And it looked like it was in a residential neighborhood. So people are in residential neighborhoods, and it isn't always for nefarious purposes. So I'm not going to go into too much of my thoughts on that because I don't know what she was doing there. Not that I'm saying that like she stepped on the gas with a person in front of her. Yeah, that's attempted murder. So the fact that somebody answered with violence, so be it. So I got some cool other stuff. Mantis, Titans, the pistol, Glock 1917. What is the other one? The 45. And I always confuse the 45 and the 47. Is it? I don't remember. Anyway, couple things about those. Student of mine, I've been working with him. We have devised a way to change the sights. He on his personal gun, he has it completely done, except I have his sights. He's going to get them tomorrow, and I'm going to give him my slide to do to my slide what he did to his slide. As soon as I get it back, I will show you all the pictures and how it turned out. He did his slide and just put a pair of factory Glock sights in it and like 2 thumbs up. So I have a set of F8s I'm giving him. I'm giving him the F8s, and in return, he's going to do the machining on my slide. So then I'll show you guys pictures. Monsieur Becker, hello, sir. You got your shout out earlier. You probably missed it, though. The internets are also complaining that there was an agent downrange by the driver's window. He didn't get shot. I guess that's a downrange, like what we call downrange, and what the gun owners of the world call downrange are probably not fitting in the same definition. because I saw the video too. It was way out of the way. So anyhow, yeah, Titan update. As soon as I get my slide back from him, I will show you what we did, and maybe tell you guys how to do it. Like, I'm not gonna. I think we want to offer it as like a service because, like, I don't know. I think it'd be easier just to explain the details and be like, yeah, have at it, enjoy yourselves. We got another order of snake staffs coming in. So if you're interested in those, the other thing. I wonder if I got a link handy. Let me scroll through the screen here and see if I can't find you a link. Yeah, that's not what I was looking for. Is that it? Copy, and I'll bring it up to this screen, and I'll do a paste. So we can talk about. I can give you a link to the radio frequency cards. So we print these or laser them on an anodized aluminum card, and one side of it has all the FRS, the MERS, and then like the 2 meter, 70 meter emergency channels and the marine emergency channel, like lasered in place. And then we did these little white textured blocks with the laser, so you can write on them with. We've done pen, pencil, and Sharpie. On the back, we did the phonetic alphabet with a Morse code on it. Mostly because I was trying to think of something to put on the back, and it needed something that people don't usually remember. So, selling them on the website for a 10 spot free shipping, and for an extra couple bucks, like for $2, if you don't want these white blocks you can write on, we will laser in your own pace plan. You can order those up if you want. I'll tell you this: these aluminum cards come in packs of 50. I had to buy another pack of them to make more cards. They've been selling fucking super fast, but they are out there. I want to say I had to mention it in the last live stream, but fuck, for all I know, I didn't even have them at the last live stream. It was so long ago. Tom Hollyby, hello, sir. Josh Morden, hello. He hates e-forms with a passion because he gets paid to fucking help dudes buy cans. And I bet you he wishes he got paid more for it, because what a giant pain in the dick. So yeah, those are out. The radio frequency cards. I'm trying to get Fiore to make them and sell them at 0 Point training, but he has a laser. And he has way more artistic talent than I do to lay that out. Fuck, I just give him the damn file that I already made if he wanted to make an exact duplicate of it. And just where it says tremusdynamics.com, he erases that and puts go0point.com. That'd be fine. But he's super busy and hasn't bothered making them. So I did. Mark Box, hello, sir. Kyle Holloman, hello. It is good to see a bunch of familiar faces out here. Somebody asked me in person, like, well, why'd you even bother making these? And I'll tell you why. Because years ago, I bought one, and the one that I bought was printed on like cardstock, and I stuffed it in the pouch with the radio. And the first time it got some level of moisture, it disintegrated inside the pouch. And I was like, all right, well, that doesn't count. Hello, Klaus. Klaus came up to visit. So not a big deal. I handwrite it and tape it with packing tape, and it would still get wet, and eventually like the ink would run once it seeped through behind the tape. So then another company printed them on plastic, and I was like, oh, I'm buying those. And they were lackluster. The print, like the screen print, was so small, printing it on plastic, that it was almost illegible because it's real hard to screen print really fine print. And because it was on plastic, like you couldn't just print it on like your laser printer or whatever. And then as I was scrolling through them, looking, not scrolling, I guess, like, looking through all the info on there, some of the frequencies were wrong. Like they just weren't, the wrong numbers were in, like FRS 11 and FRS 13 showed as the same frequency. And I was like, oh, well, that's not okay. So scrapped those ones as well. And I was like, fuck it. Mike should make them. And then Mike did. So made my own. That's how we ended up with them. So if you go, oh, there's comparable product out there. Yep, I know. I've seen them. And they just didn't meet my requirements. So I had to make my own. And I made my own and I was happy with it. And somebody said to me, bro, you should sell those. So there we go. All right. I got a couple books of the week, like at least two, kind of a third and fourth. But I mentioned the third and fourth before, but I don't have them to talk about the book of the week. I have them to talk about something else. So we're going to do book of the week. We're going to do album of the week. We're going to do social media of the week, which I have two of those. So like that stuff's pretty cool. And then we got the viewer questions, unless you guys pop up some questions too. So we'll just jump right into book of the week, I think. So first book, I was going to finish this in a day. My plan was to read it on Sunday. And I didn't want to wait till Sunday to start it. So I read the first like 30 or 40 pages on Saturday and ended up taking a phone call, which I rarely do. But I did, and I had the book in my hand, and I walked around with it, and I set it down somewhere, and I did not find it until today. So I have not finished the book, but the first like 30 or 50 pages or whatever I read are really good. And here is the book. It is, I should get you the link too. So you can buy it, and I get a kickback because it's the Amazon affiliate link thing. Copy, paste. The book is The Lone Samurai by William Scott Wilson. So it is a book about Miyamoto Musashi. It is not a book by Musashi. I did tell Tom Hollyby, who's floating around the comment section here somewhere, that I was going to read it and give him a synopsis of what I thought about it, and I couldn't because I set the book down and didn't know where I put it. But when I opened it up, the preface, like any good book, there's like, what page am I on here? Like 41. There's like a map, of Japan. I'm like, okay. I flipped to the next one, and it's an awesome map of where Musashi was in Japan at different points and like key moments of his life. And I was like, oh, even the fucking map is swell. Maybe I should, I will enjoy this. So I started reading it, and I was enjoying it, and then I set it down and couldn't find it. And so now it is I will read it tomorrow and tell you guys what I think. But the first part is good enough that I can recommend that you all get it. I have the hardback here. I got it as a used book for dirt cheap. The hardback on the link for Amazon is like $40, but I want to say the paperback is in the teens, and the ebook is like $10. I don't know if there's an Audible book because I don't really Audible stuff, but it is good. So that is the main book of the week. That is my recommended book of the week. I also got another book of the week, which I'm looking forward to. Yes, maps make everything better. Dude, I love maps. I don't. Some blueprints. Oh, yeah, I do have a map hanging on the wall of the studio. I also have a map hanging in my office, and there's a pile of maps over there, and I have fucking tons of maps in my office. Love maps. I would be a cartographer in a previous life. I guess they still have cartographers, but nowadays everything's so satellite imaged. I don't really know if cartographers make maps anymore. But anyhow, other book I want to mention that I think you guys might dig. Oh, I wonder if I can do this. Oh, I can I view that? show it. Episode 203, the final shot. Oh, yeah, there we go. Awesome. I do some maintenance on my end here. So the other book that I want to talk about, I'm super interested in reading it. So I'm gonna give you the Amazon link, kinda, but I want you to ignore it. So the name of the book is A History of Central Banking and the Enslavement of Mankind by Stephen Mitford Goodson. And well, I guess this is the 4th edition. When did that come out? 2019. First edition came out 2014. So the interesting part, the thing that made me want to check out this book is somebody mentioned it to me, and I was like, oh, I'll go see if there's a Kindle version of it, and I can get it cheap. So I'm going to give you this. Did I give you the Amazon link? No, I didn't paste it. So here's the Amazon link. It takes you to the Spanish version of it, and that's the only version on Amazon. So I was like, well, that's peculiar. So then I had to do like a Google search, and apparently the book's been banned in a bunch of places, like semi to include Amazon, because they don't sell it other than the Spanish version, and even the descriptions in Spanish, which makes me believe that it slipped through the filter because the person who said we don't sell that book here doesn't speak Spanish and didn't realize that was that book. So if you want the Spanish version, you can buy it from Amazon and I'll get a kickback. But if you'd like to read the English version, and there is an ebook available as well, here is the link to buy it from Barnes & Nobles, which is where I bought it. I have not cracked the book open yet because I wanted to finish the Musashi book before I did it. He doesn't sound Jewish, so I'm assuming it's not an instruction manual. God. So when I was looking to see why I couldn't find the book and found out that it was banned, there was a bunch of what sounded to be on Reddit like I'm going to call them middle-aged white women who just were screeching, he's an anti-Semite. So I have a hunch which direction the book's going, which would probably explain why it's not on Amazon. But I don't know. We'll see after I read. I will get it finished this week, I'm sure. Although the weather's supposed to be really nice this week, so I don't know how much time I'm gonna be inside reading. Like it was 40 degrees here today. I was outside in a t-shirt. It was awesome. It's been below freezing for a number of days. The ice finally melted in my backyard. It was like 38 yesterday and 40 today, and now the ice has just turned to mud, which is mud, but it means that it's warm enough to be outside without a jacket. So I might not get as much reading done this week as I want because I'll go do things not inside the house, but I will get these two finished. It's a 2-day affair. I can read each book in a day. I just need to have a day to do so. But I thought it was interesting. Like I think it's the only book I owned that's been banned anywhere. I think. I don't know if other books have been banned. I don't know who banned them. Like I have a book down in my office from Anton LaVey. I don't remember what it's called, but like if you were going to ban books on religious grounds, it would be anything he wrote. And I got it on Amazon for like $6. Mostly because I'd heard so much about it. I was like, well, what the fuck did he actually write about? And then I went, meh. That was I don't know. I wouldn't ban it because of the content, but I would imagine, the Catholic Church probably would prefer that it were. Anywho, I'll get those busted out. So those are the books of the week. The album of the week is not a new album. It is actually only an EP. I'll give you guys the link here. And I own the CD. It is somewhere, But when I bought it on Amazon, and Amazon did the thing where if you buy the physical disc, you get the MP3s for free. So I could download them. I have on Amazon Music, and then I had a physical disc as well. But most of my physical discs are in the closet in my office because I don't use them for much. But I like having my own hard copy in case it disappears off the interwebs. So it is Orbit Culture. The name of the EP is Shaman. Unfortunately, I'm gonna say that the can I maybe open a window? Let me open a window here. If you want to buy the CD, I guess it's out of print. It's because it's fucking retardedly expensive. So I just opened the window. MP3 of the album is $2. Streaming is free if you have like Amazon, but the audio CD is $726. That's fucking dumb. And I'm sure the dudes from Orbit Culture, they're European. I want to say one of them Scandinavian countries, but don't quote me on that. I'm sure they don't get $700 if you buy the CD. They probably get like $1 like everyone else does. But you can buy the MP3s for $2. So a Satanic Bible, yes. I wasn't sure if that was the name of it, and since I hadn't picked the book up, I didn't want to say that that's what it was called. LeVay's 11 Rules of Earth is pretty legit. So yeah, like it sounds horrific. It doesn't appear to be that horrific. And that book's not banned, but this one is. So I'm interested in getting into that. So anyhow, back to the album of the week, Orbit Culture. They have a song there. It's a 5-album EP. The bookends are fucking phenomenal. The first and last song, the middle 3 are super good, but the first and last are a step up. And the last song is probably the most epic song I've ever heard recorded. Like it just sounds, it is the soundtrack to like intergalactic warfare. It's called A Sailor's Tale, and it is 7 or 8 minutes long and just awesome. So I bought it way back when it came out, and I listened to it a couple thousand times. I haven't listened to it in a couple of years, and I listened to it just bored looking for something to listen to like 4 or 5 days ago, and I've listened to it multiple times since then, including today. It was actually the last song I heard was A Sailor's Tale before the live stream happened. So if you want some good heavy music, Orbit Culture Shaman is where we're going with this. So now we got this new category. I know it's like the last regularly scheduled live stream, and I added a whole new category. The good news is, if I don't have to come up with one every week, it'd be easy for me to fill these roles of having something. So, social media of the week. One I'm going to give you is probably my favorite educational, informational type social media suite of sites. And then the other one is my most entertaining one of recentness. So if you guys recall, last year sometime we were talking about books, and I mentioned these 2 books, Infantry and Combat and Fieldcraft Essentials by Redbeard Tactics. And I talked about how they're not very thick, but the presentation in them is really good. Like the diagrams and whatnot were pretty legit. The cost of the book for the size that it is, it seems like I don't know if I want to invest in that. Turns out the fella, the Redbeard guy, I don't know his name. He's got some social media stuff. So I'm gonna copy his Instagram right here. It's Redbeard Redbeard. Is it redbeardtactics.de, which I think is that Denmark? Redbeard Tactical DE.de. So yeah, that's got to be Denmark. Maybe no, Denmark's DN, and I don't fucking know. Maybe it's German for Deutsch. Either way, oh, I just turned off my comments because I clicked on the link. I'm gonna have to click the back button. All right, but the other one that he's got, and this is rare for me. He has a Patreon, so there's more shit on Patreon, obviously, than there is on like the free stuff. It's probably got a Facebook and shit too. All right, Steven says it's Germany. Of course, Steven would know that it's Germany. Steven's got some very famous German World War II folks in that share his name. So anyhow, over on his Patreon, there's really good, like all the text stuff is like the quality that's in the published books, and the videos are well produced. Like the videos look good enough, like when he's standing there talking, that it makes me feel bad that I ever did videos where I stood there and talked. So I actually paid money, and there's different tiers, and I'm not at the top tier. I think I want to say I did like $5 a month to have access to whatever that tier gets. And what a great Patreon. Did I share that up there too? Yeah, Redbeard Tactical. So that is my social media suite of sites for the week or the year so far, for sure, or even all of last year. I didn't join it till 2026 because I literally just discovered the Patreon like a week ago. So maybe it was the end of last year. I don't know, but it's really good and super, like lots of stuff. And the 2 weeks that I've been a member of his Patreon, I'm getting stuff updates every day on the Patreon app. Also makes me feel shitty about my Patreon. Fact is, most people on the Patreon, they get a couple discount codes, and most of them join at levels to get free classes, free training days. So I guess that part I'm doing good, but quality wise, like this fucking dude blows my shit out of the water. Enough that I'm willing to pay. I only pay for 3 Patreons. Sonny, mostly because he's my bro, not because I can talk to him about anything. Like I'll just text him about that, whatever we want to chat about, whatever he's chatting about on his Patreon. Orion Training Group, because I think their shit's really good, and they don't really come close enough to interact with them a lot. So I'll throw them a couple dollars on their Patreon, and then Redbeard, which I think is the tip top. So if you're looking for somewhere to drop a couple dollars on, that's the one to go. Now, the entertaining one, I just cannot get enough of watching this guy's short videos. And I watch them on Facebook. So they're probably also on Instagram. I bet you he's got a YouTube channel, but I don't YouTube, so I didn't go check him out. But his name is Ewan Findley. He's Irish and a cooper. Like he makes kegs, like wooden kegs, casks, barrels by hand, like old-fashioned style with hand tools. No, not much in the way of power tools. And they're awesome. They're like little 1-minute clips about making wooden fucking buckets, and I'm super entertained. So I did. I shared his Instagram when I shared his whatchamacallit, Facebook as well, because that's where I've been watching them. Fucking Dawn numbers exist. Kramer says I'm missing the punchline. It's probably an inside joke that I don't remember because I'm old. But Dawn, it's awesome to hear your voice, so to speak. So yeah, there is my Other social media of the week, you and Findlay the Cooper. I don't know, fuck all about making barrels, wooden barrels. So it seems like he does it correctly. He certainly does it entertainingly. So that is the social media of the week. And then we get to the questions. Oh, I've been looking forward to these. So I got, these are my two questions. Oh, all right. He says I need to look up Kramer Says. So somebody make me a note of that, aka me make me a note of that. What I'll do is I'm going to come over here to this window. I type it in, and then I can look it up when this is over. So now, the questions. I have my notes here. That little screen is too hard for me to read, so I'm going to bring it over to this one and blow it back up. The most original, the oldest one from a couple of days ago was, what do you think about Venezuela? So that's a pretty open question. And I got a pal in who is Venezuelan, who lives in Venezuela. And he is a student, former student. I haven't seen him in a while, but I met him at class. And Froy, actually over on Yeager's channel, I interviewed him. James was on the road. And so I did the interview for James on James's channel. And it is the most terrible looking video I've ever done because I am sunburnt the fuck. Like, there's this white band of like Caucasianness where my Oakleys were, and then solid red. I was so sunburnt. It actually didn't even start hurting yet. It was that fresh because class was over. We just drove back and filmed. But I was miserable for the next fucking week from being so sunburnt. So anyhow, Froy is Venezuelan, and I hope he's doing well. I've not spoken to him since the recent activity in Venezuela. I assume the recent activity in Venezuela is what the question actually was about, but not everyone writes a really good question like TJ does. I get, what do you think about Venezuela? I think it's in the Southern Hemisphere. But at any rate, if we're going to talk about the current events, I think that overall that is a net good for humanity. People in general are better off for the going in and snatching them up. So I at that point, all by itself, it's a net positive. I do not care if we're going in for oil. Like I don't give a fuck about, like, great, take some oil. Here's my only beef, though. Here's how this is going to be fucking stupid. A bunch of oil companies paid for Venezuela's oil infrastructure some time ago, like 2 Venezuelan presidents ago. They built refineries and drilled for oil and all that shit. And then the government said, hey, those are ours now. Get the fuck out of our country. Which, that government is, they're sovereign. They can do that. And when people say, well, that's not fair, that's the risk that comes with the reward. The reward of, hey, we could become gazillionaires by drilling oil. The risk is we could be kicked out of the country. Risk reward. So, like, there's no soft spot for any of the oil companies, whoever the fuck they are. I don't even know which oil companies there are. So, as old Zion Don says, hey, we're going to go in and we're going to take some oil. All right. But that oil should, like, there should be some type of whatever comes from that profit-wise on our end, it should just go to the American people, not American oil companies. There are oil companies that drill in Alaska, and then they give a dividend to Alaskan residents. The last time I checked, the troops of Exxon did not parachute into Venezuela and snatch up a president. it was the troops of that represent the American people. So if we're going to take oil, the oil benefits should go to the American people. And if American oil companies want to participate, they should pay for that, not get it given to them off the backs of us. Now, I've had other people in personal conversations. It wasn't the question that came in and asked if I thought that the whole snatching that dude up was legitimate. And I was like, that I don't. I'm not a fucking legal scholar, but he's a president. So if sovereign immunity exists, it exists for him. Like that is the person who has sovereign immunity. So I don't know if a criminal charge in another nation like even counts, especially if you're going to charge him under a 1934 American unconstitutional firearms law. Like he had machine guns. Motherfuckers, he is the government of a nation. He can have atomic weapons if he wants. How can you charge him for having machine guns? And if he can't have machine guns, then no sovereign entity can have machine guns or any weapons. And I don't think that's the precedent they want to set. But point to note, if they'll arrest a president of a foreign nation, a sitting president for the NFA, they'll arrest you for it and me for it and seek the death penalty because they hate us. But so is it legit? Fuck, I have no idea. I don't know. Other than might makes right, right? If you're strong, you win. So I mean, it's how it's been done for all of history. I'm pretty sure that's going on right now in like Ukraine. Might makes right. It is certainly not about drugs. Like, I mean, sure, I guess in like some level, Venezuela is responsible for some drugs coming to the U.S. Where do they rank in opioid smuggling? I don't know, like 600th out of 200 countries. So, I mean, I'm cool with them like bombing speedboats full of cocaine. Like, I don't care about that. Like, okay, but I'd rather we go get the people smuggling opioids in across our southern border. Like, that would be actually about the drugs. That is not a non-factor in all of this, just noise. Here is my big beef with all of what's happened with Venezuela. Can we arrest, I don't know, somebody in the fucking United States? We're a year into a new administration, and this is how many arrests have been made. 0. Not one fucking arrest. Pam Bondi is a fucking worthless fucking cunt. She has done nothing. Literally, wherever Donald Trump is sitting right now, if he turns his head to the right or to the left, he will find people more corrupt who have broken more laws within his line of sight than anything that happened in Venezuela. What's he going to do about those people? Apparently nothing. I get that the priority is to fix corruption somewhere else. And in 3 years, maybe that's where he plans on moving somewhere else so that we can just mire in our own corruption here. And he leaves us to the fucking dogs. Nothing is happening here. And in 11 months, his administration is going to lose probably both houses of Congress, though. So there'll be nothing happening that requires a law being passed. So I guess we're just not going to do anything at all ever to anybody that has fucked the American people. Like Anthony Fauci. Why isn't he hanging from a gallows? He was walking a free man. Like I don't understand why he hasn't been arrested or fucking assassinate him. Like Might makes right. Like, isn't that the rule? Isn't that what just happened in Venezuela? We're strong, you're weak, we'll do what we want. Fucking Fauci's weak. Schwack him. And if we're only going to say, fuck it, we're just going to do international. Like, we can't, there's rules in our country. We can't do nothing. They can just fucking hammer the American people and there's nothing we can do about it. So we're just going to go get international people. Okay. Now here's what I need you to do. Figure out the entire fucking family tree of the Rothschild banking network. Like every Rothschild that's on this planet. Use DNA testing and figure out all the bloodline of all of them. And then in one night, murder them all. Might makes right. Make it happen. Just go kill every single one of them. End the bloodline. Uh-oh. There we go. If you're an international Zion banker, schwack them.
Killed them all. Every single one of them. And not just the men, but the women. And the children, too.
There's my solution. All right, let me bring back my notes up here. Because I think I inadvertently closed them. I got too many fucking windows open. And goddamn, I need like a producer. I mean, I guess not really, because like I don't want to do a whole bunch of. I'm not doing these every week now. So that's my take on what's up with Venezuela. What my thoughts are on Venezuela. The other question I had was that Dan Bongino fella. And as it turns out, this live chat is on his platform right now because I'm also streaming on Rumble. And apparently, when he went to the FBI, accomplished absolutely nothing there. And his entire platform for wanting to make change, he 180'd on all of it and said, nope, the government is all right. They've never done anything wrong. There's nobody corrupt. Nobody has broken any laws. They are all knowing, all powerful, and all righteous. The government can do no wrong. So I'll just go back to podcasting or whatever the fuck he does. And now he said the real problem is there are people out there trying to hijack the MAGA movement. And that's where his work will best be directed, is to stop them from hijacking MAGA. And I was like, bro, I haven't even seen anyone try to hijack MAGA. Not a single person anywhere. I just see everyone abandoning it because they're tired of being forced to pay to fund fucking families in Israel that don't pay for healthcare or college or rent or food because like we just write them checks. And they're like, yeah, well, I'm not down for that. So you can go fuck off to Israel if you want. Like, I don't have personally, no wall kisser will ever get a vote from me. Ever. Never. And when it comes to the wall kissers,
Killed them all. Every single one of them. And not just the men, but the women. And the children, too.
I just can't get enough of that clip. So, as for him, I don't fucking know. I've never even seen him on a podcast. The only reason I know he has one is because all the memes are like, he's going back to podcasting. I was like, I thought he just ran Rumble. Shows you how much I know. So those were the questions. Glad we got those out of the way. I'm sure YouTube's going to fucking snap this video down once the AI says, oh, he spoke poorly of the Zionists. He must be antiseptic. Awesome way to like end the scheduled live streams, isn't it? Like piss off an entire shit nation in a poor dirt country that has another dirt religion full of sand people that aren't even from the Middle East. But whatever. I guess they're Ukrainian and Polish and Russian. So somebody, I'm sure, somewhere thinks they're awesome just because they used to live in Ukraine. So yeah, that's the question period. And if you guys got some questions, great. If not, it's already, we're almost an hour in. Let me bring up my chat over there again. Adam said they're going to get the whatever his name's Maduro a 922R for his Mac 90. Funny stuff. All right, so well, that's what we got. And if you ain't got nothing, I'm gonna pop smoke and get out of here. And my lemonade is just about gone out of my Lowe's bucket. Now it is completely empty. So I feel like it is time to retire for the evening and go spread some hate on the interwebs, poke the bears, and get people all fired up because, well, it's what I enjoy doing. So with that, I can't say I'll see you guys next week, but I will see you the moment that there is a entertaining thing to talk about on the interwebs. And there we go. With that, take it easy.